Google's Nano Banana Pro just made it possible to create viral ads like this from just one single image. I mean, just look at the character consistency and the different camera angles here, and also the 3D aesthetics here is insane. And it is not just viral ads. You can also create the most stunning cinematic videos with just a single image using the Nano Banana Pro workflow that I am going to show you in this video. Now, the first step here in creating our viral AI ad is generating the original image from which we are going to generate the storyboard and then the ad. The original image here is way more important. As you can see, this is the main image I chose for this ad creation, and this image is in the 3D animation style. That is something I personally chose because originally I was going to create this whole ad campaign using a realistic picture of a tired woman working, but that did not seem right. The storyboard did not turn out as good as I wanted. Another thing is that realistic ads are done a lot, so creating a realistic ad would not stand out. As you know, in the age of social media, attention is the main currency, and to get attention, you need to stand out. So, I did not go with the realistic version of this ad. Instead, I chose the 3D version of a tired woman working on a laptop. Now, after you have figured out what kind of ad you want to create and what kind of art style you're going to be using, use this master prompt in Google Gemini to create our storyboard and the prompts to generate videos from the storyboard. This master prompt is actually very interesting as it does most of the heavy lifting in our ad creation. It is going to write your whole story, all the prompts, and also generate all the images that you need for your ad or cinematic video. So we need to understand it very well to use this master prompt to its maximum. In this master prompt, I first mentioned the job that the AI model needs to do, which is being a professional film trailer director, cinematographer, and storyboard artist. I specifically mentioned the task as taking one image reference and turning that image reference into a coherent cinematic storyboard suitable for AI video generation. Then, I set the parameters for generating the storyboard. When you are using this master prompt to generate your own story, you should tweak these parameters a little bit to your liking so that you can get the best generation possible. I mentioned the favorable length for the video, which is 20 to 50 seconds. And I also mentioned how the model should work with our description and parameters in the image. There are only two main things that you need to change. You can change the number of cinematic scenes that the AI model creates by changing the specific number. So if you change the number to 12 keyframes, the AI model is going to generate an image with 12 scenes. You can go as long as you want, but I think that 9 cinematic keyframes is the sweet spot, as it does not distort the ability for the AI model to write a coherent story. The main thing here that you need to change is the bottom of the prompt, where you are just going to write the outline of your story. You just need to give the AI model the outline. You don't need to go into any detail as to how the AI should actually write your story or describe each specific scene. For this ad, I just asked the AI model, I want you to create a really good cinematic composition for a Coca-Cola ad of a tired woman working on her desk. Then she sees a Coca-Cola and drinks it, becomes happy, goes outside, and touches some grass. As you can see, I added a bit of humor in the storyboard prompt, as humor also helps us stand out from all the other ads or videos on social media. And I have given the full master prompt in the pinned comment, so you can just copy it from there. Now, I gave the edited master prompt to Gemini 3. As you can see from our original image, the model created a really stunning storyboard of the woman working on the computer looking very tired. It also generated a close-up shot of the woman typing, and then she takes the Coca-Cola bottle, opens it, drinks it, becomes happy, goes outside, and touches some grass. Overall, this is a really good image generation, but there are actually a few problems. The woman starts working at night, and suddenly the time changes, and it becomes day, and in the sunlight, the woman touches some grass. That is a huge consistency problem and a bad lighting problem that I needed to fix. So, I just asked the AI model to change the lighting to daylight for every image. The AI model generated our image where the woman is working during the day, and in the same day, the character touches grass. This type of problem will occur even in your storyboard generation. You can't expect the AI model to do everything perfectly in a single shot. You need to tweak the parameters, talk with the AI, and prompt the AI model a few times to get exactly the result you want. I then tried to extend the storyboard to have more frames of the woman becoming happy and then going back to her house and starting working on her computer very happily, but I felt like there was no need to make the storyboard much longer for our small ad creation. However, you can very easily ask the AI model to continue the storyboard for longer videos if you want. Now that we have generated our storyboard, I just asked the model to generate the video prompts for each scene of the storyboard here so that I can animate the images using the AI-generated prompts. Gemini 3 generated all the prompts as you can see, for every single image here. This is going to save us a lot of time, 5 to 6 hours on prompting, as writing good prompts is the most time-consuming part of AI video or image generation. Now that we have our whole storyboard and the prompts to animate the storyboard, what we need to do is extract all the images from our storyboard so that we can animate them. You can crop the images if you want in an image editor, but that is not going to work as there is a lot of text in the images. So we are going to use Nano Banana Pro, but this time in Google Flow, to generate the upscaled and full screen version of our images. After coming to Google Flow, you are just going to upload your image and give the AI model this prompt. Create image number 1 from the storyboard, upscale it, make it full screen. I also mentioned that there should be no text in the image. As you can see from that prompt, the AI created this image of our character of the scene being upscaled to up to 2K resolution with no text, and this looks very good with no visible distortions. In this way, I upscaled the second image just by changing the image number from 1 to 2. It also created a really good image generation of our next scene. One thing that you need to look out for is that you should always choose the number of outputs per prompt to 2 or 4. As you can see here, I chose 2 outputs for my prompt, and Nano Banana Pro completely failed. Because there are a lot of images in this storyboard, Nano Banana Pro sometimes can't understand which image to make full screen and upscale. So you should always do multiple generations of the same prompt to get the best result like this and choose that result. In this way, I upscaled all the images from our storyboard. After upscaling all the images, you just need to come to Grok.com to use their Grok video model to generate the videos for completely free right now. I specifically like to use Grok here instead of using a paid AI model like Kling 2.6 or Veo 3.1 because Grok is free and there is not much of a quality difference. The amount of money that you spend for quality on the top AI models is not that much better than the quality that you would get using a free video generator like Grok AI. So if you are not doing something complex and physics-based, then using Grok AI is clearly the best choice. After coming here, you are just going to upload the image file that you want to create a video from, and then just copy the corresponding prompt from Gemini and paste it in Grok. Grok is going to create a video, actually a good video even with audio. Just look at this. The video generation quality here is very good, and the audio generation quality is also very good. In this way, you are just going to copy-paste all the images and the prompts to generate videos from all the scenes. Now, for the parts where there is a lot of complex physics involved, like opening a can of Coca-Cola and the liquid coming out of that Coca-Cola in a realistic motion, Grok's video generation capabilities failed. As you can see, this video looks very unrealistic, even with a good prompt. So, for these types of scenes, you are just going to use a top paid AI model like Kling 2.6 and use the same prompt with the same image to get a really good video generation like this, with very nice sound effects and good quality physics and natural movements. Using this workflow for video, you are going to keep the costs down with most of the scenes in Grok Video, and for more complex scenes, you are just going to use a top paid AI model. Overall, that is going to keep your costs for video generation very cheap. Now, after creating all your video generation scenes, you are going to just take them one by one in their respective order to make a really good coherent video in any animation style that you like. May that be 3D, anime, or even realistic. And that's about it for the video. See you in the next one.